California. Land of sun-kissed beaches, towering redwoods, and bustling cities, a place where dreams are made and nature's beauty is on full display. But in recent years, a terrifying new image has been seared into the Golden State's identity, raging wildfires that turn paradise into an inferno. These fires are not just natural disasters, they are relentless forces of nature that leave nothing but destruction in their wake. As 2025 began, Californians braced themselves for another potentially devastating fire season. The anticipation was palpable, with communities preparing for the worst while hoping for the best. Their fears, sadly, became a horrifying reality. The fires spread with a speed and intensity that left little time for escape. From the sprawling suburbs of Los Angeles to the rugged foothills of the Sierra Nevada, wildfires erupted with terrifying speed and ferocity. The flames showed no mercy, consuming everything in their path. The sky, once a brilliant blue, transformed into an apocalyptic canvas of orange and gray, choked with smoke that blotted out the sun. It was a scene straight out of a nightmare. The air, heavy with the acrid smell of burning wood and fear, became difficult to breathe. Masks became a necessity, not just for the pandemic, but to filter out the toxic smoke. The statistics paint a grim picture. Each number represents not just acres burned, but lives disrupted and ecosystems destroyed. The Palisades fire, fueled by dry brush and driven by relentless winds, has already consumed over 17,000 acres. Its path of destruction is a stark reminder of nature's power. The Eaton fire, equally unforgiving, has scorched more than 10,600 acres. The aftermath is a haunting landscape of blackened earth and skeletal trees. And the Hearst fire, a monstrous blaze threatening 40,000 structures, has forced the evacuation of over 44,000 people. Families fled with whatever they could carry, leaving behind homes and memories. As I write these words, the fires continue to burn, their hunger for destruction seemingly insatiable. The battle against these blazes is far from over. This is not just about lost homes and charred landscapes, it's about the emotional and psychological toll on those who have lost everything. This is about shattered lives, about communities torn apart, about the human cost of a crisis that seems to grow more dire with each passing year. The resilience of these communities is tested time and again. At least 5 souls have already been lost to the flames, their stories tragically cut short. Each loss is a poignant reminder of the human cost of these disasters. But amidst the devastation, there are also stories of incredible courage, of neighbors helping neighbors, of firefighters risking their lives to save others. This is their story, a story of bravery and solidarity in the face of overwhelming odds. This is the story of the 2025 California wildfires, a story that will be remembered for its unprecedented scale and the indomitable spirit of those who faced it. The 2025 fire season did not explode into existence overnight. It was a slow, creeping disaster that built up over time, fueled by a combination of natural and human factors. It was, tragically, the culmination of a dangerous trend that has been building for years. Each year, the fires grew larger, more intense, and more difficult to control. Wildfires have always been a part of California's ecosystem, a natural force that helps to clear out dead vegetation and regenerate the land. This natural cycle has been disrupted, however, by the increasing frequency and intensity of these fires. But the fires of recent years have been different, larger, more intense, and far more destructive. They have left behind a trail of devastation that is hard to comprehend. The numbers tell a sobering story. Statistics reveal a sharp increase in both the frequency and severity of wildfires. In the past 5 years alone, California has experienced some of the largest and deadliest wildfires in its history. These fires have not only destroyed vast areas of land, but have also taken a heavy toll on human life and property. The Camp Fire of 2018, the deadliest and most destructive wildfire in California history, claimed the lives of 85 people and destroyed nearly 19,000 structures. The impact of this fire is still felt today. The 2020 August Complex Fire, the largest wildfire in modern California history, burned over 1 million acres. This fire alone is a stark reminder of the growing threat. These megafires are not isolated incidents. They are part of a disturbing trend of longer, more intense fire seasons in California and across the western United States. They are part of a disturbing trend of longer, more intense fire seasons in California and across the western United States. The fire season now stretches almost year-round, leaving little time for recovery. Climate change, with its rising temperatures and prolonged droughts, is a major culprit, turning California's forests and grasslands into tinderboxes just waiting for a spark. The changing climate has created conditions that are ripe for wildfires, and the sparks are everywhere. From natural causes to human negligence, the sources of ignition are numerous and varied. Lightning strikes, often ignited by increasingly frequent thunderstorms, are a major cause of wildfires. These natural ignitions are becoming more common as weather patterns shift. But human activity plays a significant role as well. Our actions, whether intentional or accidental, have a profound impact on the frequency and severity of these fires. Downed power lines, carelessly discarded cigarettes, even the heat from a car's exhaust can ignite a fire that quickly spirals out of control. These seemingly small actions can have devastating consequences. And then there is the grim reality of arson, a deliberate act of destruction that has fueled some of California's most devastating fires. The motives behind these acts are varied, but the results are always catastrophic. To understand the ferocity of the 2025 California wildfires, one must look beyond the immediate sparks and into the heart of a perfect storm brewed by a changing climate and fueled by the notorious Santa Ana winds. These winds, known for their dry and warm characteristics, have a long history of exacerbating fire conditions in Southern California. Climate change, no longer a distant threat but a stark reality, has fundamentally altered California's landscape and its vulnerability to wildfires. The state's ecosystems, once resilient, are now under constant threat. Rising temperatures, driven by the increasing concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, have created a hotter, drier California. This shift in climate has profound implications for the state's natural and human systems. The average temperature in the state has risen by approximately 3 degrees Fahrenheit since the late 19th century, a significant increase that has altered weather patterns and increased the frequency of extreme heat events. And the trend shows no signs of abating. Scientists predict that if current trends continue, temperatures could rise by an additional 5 to 8 degrees by the end of the century. This warming trend has led to more frequent and severe droughts, depleting moisture from vegetation, and turning once lush landscapes into tinder-dry fuel for wildfires. The prolonged dry periods have also stressed water resources, impacting agriculture and urban water supplies. As if the tinderbox conditions created by climate change weren't enough, California is also regularly subjected to the wrath of the Santa Ana winds. These winds, with their powerful gusts, can quickly spread fires across large areas. These powerful dry winds originate in the Great Basin and blow westward towards the Pacific Ocean, gaining speed and heat as they funnel through California's mountain canyons. This process intensifies their impact, making them a formidable force in wildfire dynamics, gaining speed and heat as they funnel through California's mountain canyons. The combination of high temperatures and strong winds creates an environment where fires can ignite and spread rapidly. The Santa Ana winds, often reaching speeds of 40 to 60 miles per hour, can transform a small manageable fire into a raging inferno within hours, pushing flames across vast distances and making firefighting efforts incredibly challenging. The winds can carry embers miles away, igniting new fires and compounding the destruction, pushing flames across vast distances and making firefighting efforts incredibly challenging. Firefighters often find themselves battling not just the flames, but also the relentless winds that drive the fire's unpredictable path. The combination of climate change-induced drought and the Santa Ana winds creates a volatile situation, turning California's wildland-urban interface, where human development meets wildlands, into a high-risk zone for catastrophic wildfires. This interface is expanding as more people move into areas that were once predominantly wild, turning California's wildland-urban interface, where human development meets wildlands, into a high-risk zone for catastrophic wildfires. As the state's population continues to grow and development encroaches further into wildland areas, the potential for destructive wildfires only increases. The need for comprehensive fire management and urban planning has never been more critical. As the state's population continues to grow and development encroaches further into wildland areas, the potential for destructive wildfires only increases. The need for comprehensive fire management and urban planning has never been more critical. Section 4. Human hands, burning land. While climate change and natural phenomena like the Santa Ana wind set the stage for California's wildfire crisis, human actions often provide the spark that ignites these infernos. From accidental ignitions to deliberate acts of arson, human activity plays a significant role in igniting and exacerbating wildfires. One of the most common causes of wildfires is downed power lines. As strong winds buffet the state, particularly during the Santa Ana wind events, aging power lines can snap and fall, their live wires igniting dry vegetation below. This risk is particularly high in areas where vegetation management practices have not kept pace with the growing threat of wildfires. Carelessly discarded cigarettes are another major culprit. A single smoldering cigarette butt, flicked from a car window or dropped on a hiking trail, can ignite dry grass and quickly spread into a raging wildfire. Even seemingly innocuous activities like using lawnmowers or other equipment with internal combustion engines can spark a fire when used in dry, grassy areas. And then there is the chilling reality of arson. While the exact number of wildfires started by arson each year is difficult to determine, it is a significant problem in California. Arson-caused wildfires are particularly dangerous because they are often set in remote areas, allowing the fire to grow large and gain momentum before being detected and firefighters can respond. Section 5. Braving the Inferno. Heroes on the front lines. As wildfires rage across California, a different breed of hero emerges from the smoke and flames, the firefighters. With unwavering courage and a deep sense of duty, these brave men and women put their lives on the line to protect lives, homes, and communities from the unforgiving wrath of nature. Armed with hoses, axes, and an indomitable spirit, firefighters work tirelessly on the front lines, battling flames that can reach hundreds of feet into the air. They face scorching heat, choking smoke, and the ever-present danger of falling trees and unpredictable fire behavior. Their work is physically demanding, mentally exhausting, and fraught with danger. But their bravery extends beyond simply confronting the flames. Firefighters are often the first to arrive at the scene of a wildfire, risking their own safety to evacuate residents and create defensible spaces around homes and structures. They work long hours, often without rest or relief, driven by a deep sense of compassion for those whose lives have been upended by the fires. And their efforts are not confined to the ground. Aerial firefighting plays a critical role in battling California's wildfires, particularly in rugged, inaccessible terrain. Helicopters equipped with water buckets and air tankers dropping fire retardant provide crucial support to ground crews, slowing the spread of fires and giving firefighters a fighting chance against the flames.